back to Alice Talks Football, and today's video is 5 things to expect next season at Manchester United. I'm going to be talking about 5 things that I think will happen next season in terms of transfers, players in, players out. Ole, will he be managing next season? Play style, Woodward and more all be covered in this video. And we're going to get straight into it and start off with the first point. And the first thing to expect next season is new signings and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to be backed. Why expect this, Alice? Why expect this? Well, remember a few days ago I did a video covering the interview that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did with Sky Sports. In that interview, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came out and said that Manchester United will spend money this transfer window. The current pandemic is not going to affect them. They're still able to spend money. If anything, they're going to take advantage of it because some clubs are going to have to sell for cheaper, and we'll take advantage of that, and he expects to get the players he wants. Ole himself has basically confirmed Man United are going to spend this summer. They're going to spend quite big this summer, and he's going to get the players he planned to get. He's confident he's going to get the players he wants to get. Who are the players that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wants to bring to Manchester United? Jack Grealish and Jadon Sancho. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is confident he's going to get the players he's planned to get, aka Jack Grealish, Jadon Sancho. Basically, he thinks we're going to get them. Now, obviously, there's a long way to go in terms of Jack Grealish and Jadon Sancho. Right now, it looks very likely that we're going to get them both. But in a month's time, it could change. Real Madrid could go snap up Sancho. We don't know, but right now, it looks very likely. However, we don't know 100% if we're going to get Grealish and Sancho. But I can see at least one of Grealish and Sancho joining Manchester United next season. With how heavy the links have been, surely one of them's got to join next season. We're also looking at Jude Bellingham, Zakaria, and we've had a few other links elsewhere. Even Harry Kane, but Harry Kane's not going to come to Manchester United realistically. Why? Because we're not going to spend 200 million on him. That's just a stupid decision. Sancho before Kane. Sancho's better than Kane in terms of a signing. This means that it's going to be exciting next season because I can see Ole Gunnar Solskjaer bringing 2 to 3, even 4 new players, and I know he wants to bring 3 new players in. It's in a CDM, a playmaker and a winger. We know the playmaker is Grealish, we know the winger is Sancho. Who's that CDM? Is it Bellingham? Is it Zakaria? Is he looking at Sumer, Camavinga? We're not really sure. Is he even going to go for Thomas Partey? But we know that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is confident that Manchester United are going to sign players this window. He's confident he's going to get the players he wants, and he says that we're going to take advantage of this situation, basically telling us that next season we're going to have new, fresh legs in the squad, and we could very likely see a Sancho or a Grealish in a Manchester United shirt. Fingers crossed for Sancho. Right now it looks very likely, but that could change, but right now it looks likely. The second point is Woodward no longer in control of transfers.
Yes, you heard that right. Woodward no longer in control of recruitment apparently, but before I get into that, please hit that like button and subscribe down below if you have not already, as it means a lot. Hit it, subscribe, go.
According to the Manchester Evening News, Woodward is no longer involved in player recruitment. Now, this is a good thing because Woodward, he's a very good businessman, in fairness to him, but when it comes to football, he doesn't know much. You gotta think, since Ferguson left, who's been in charge of the players we brought in? Woodward. How many flops have we brought in? A lot. How many players have we overpaid silly wages? A lot. Obviously, I think under Ole it's starting to change. And maybe he's seen that the players Ole's brought in have been good, and maybe he feels he's in a position where he doesn't need to do recruitment because he trusts Ole. But I think if this is true, that Woodward is no longer in charge of player recruitments, it means that we can move forward as a club, because I think one of our biggest problems as a club moving forward was player recruitment. Woodward didn't know what he was doing. If the manager has more freedom, like in the Sir Alex days, he can get the players he wants in. It means that we can get better. And why is this something about next season? Well, if Woodward's not in charge next season, we could expect a bright future for Manchester United. You know, I think Woodward's really good in getting brand deals and business in, but when it comes to football and transfers, he's not been successful. So if Woodward is not in charge next season, I think Ole has the freedom to get the players he wants to make it his own team. I think he kind of got that freedom last season, and I think that will give us a big boost next season. The third point is, I think Paul Pogba will stay. Now, we know Paul Pogba wants to leave. Mino Raiola keeps coming out with comments that Paul Pogba wants to leave. If he leaves, it's going to be Juventus or Real Madrid, most likely. Probably Real Madrid. However, with the current pandemic going on, Pogba's value is dropping, and we know the Glazers, they're not going to let Pogba go for cheap because his value is dropping. Manchester United can extend his contract for another year. There's an option to extend it. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came out in our last game in the press conference against Last saying, expect Paul Pogba to be a Manchester United player next season. Paul Pogba will be a Manchester United next season. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was very confident that Pogba will be a Man United player next season. And I think he will, unless we get an appropriate bid for Real Madrid. And I feel like because of the current pandemic going on, no one's going to go big for players. And I think that Pogba will be forced to stay another season at Manchester United. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer kind of said he expected Pogba to stay. expect to see Pogba at Man United next season. I don't think Pogba wants to stay. However, you know, him and Bruno could form a brilliant little midfield partnership next season. But I think Pogba will stay next season unless Real Madrid actually offer us good money. Because I know Man United, I know the Glazers, I know the board. They're not going to let Pogba go cheap just to get rid of him. Because obviously he's a good player, we want him at the club, we want him to sign a new contract, we want him to do well at the club, we want him to form a partnership with Bruno Fernandes, but we don't want him at the club if he doesn't want to be here. It looks like he will stay, but I don't know, but I generally think that Pogba will stay next season. The fourth point is Ole to be manager next season, but if he doesn't do well, he will be sacked by the end of the season. They won't give him time. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has had his time at Manchester United, and I think since Bruno Fernandes has come, he's had this big boost. It looks like Ole's going to stay. A few months ago, everyone was saying, was it Poch or Ole at Manchester United next season? Poch or Ole? It's going to be Poch, it's going to be Ole. Yeah, right now, I'm very confident Ole will be Manchester United manager as of next season. The way he's ended the season before the break, obviously the season's likely to continue. The way he's talking about transfers and stuff makes him feel very confident in his job. The Poch rumours have all died down. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will be manager next season, and Manchester United have talked a lot about giving managers time. Well, Ole's had his full season, he's had his half season, and now this is his second full season, his second summer transfer window at Manchester United. And if he is not in top 4 by December, I think the club will sack him. Now, I want Ole to do well. I hope he will do well. I think Ole will get us top 4 next season. I'm starting to believe in Ole, you know, from what I saw when Bruno came in. However, I think, you know, he's had his time, and if he isn't doing well by Christmas time, they will sack him. Because imagine having Sancho, Martial, Rashford, Pogba and Bruno Fernandes all in your midfield and attack and not being in the top 4 in the Premier League. They would sack him. But I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will be manager next season. He's had his time, and I think he'll do a good job next season. But if he doesn't do a good job next season, he will get sacked halfway through the season. But hopefully he'll do a good job next season, because I really want Ole to succeed at Manchester United, because he's a club legend. Now the fifth and final point is Ole to take the Deadwood out of Manchester United. Now last season we saw Ole get a lot of players off our books. Fellaini, Sanchez on loan, Smalling on loan, Lukaku, Herrera, Ashley Young. And it looks like he's going to do the same this season. And this is a good thing, because if you get rid of the Deadwood, it gives more chances to your Greenwoods, your Williams, your Levitts, your Garners, your Chongs, your Gomez's, all to come through and make an impact. I really want to see more of Dylan Everett, because when I watched him play against Astana, he was the best player on the pitch for me. He's only played that one game. You know, we've got a lot of good youngsters coming through, and when Ole sells the Deadwood, it gives them more chance. We only sold Ashley Young because Brandon Williams came through and proved himself. But like, then it gave Brandon Williams more chances, because then Ashley Young wasn't there. So when Luke Shaw was injured, Brandon Williams had to play. And obviously Ole wants to sell 5 players this season apparently. Obviously get Sanchez off permanently, maybe get Rojo off permanently, sell Smalling, sell Jones, sell Pereira, possibly looking to sell Lingard. I'm not really sure, but I do expect Ole to sell 4 or 5 players this season, this summer. That means there'll be more chances for young players, and I think he'll probably give Garner a bit of a run out of the team, maybe Hannibal, I don't really know. But I do think Ole wants to bring in 4 players and sell 5 players, apparently. Now that is 5 things to expect next season at Manchester United. What do you think I missed out? Is there anything that you expect to see at Manchester United next season that I haven't included in this video? Let me know in the comment section down below. Did you enjoy this video? If you have not already, please hit that like button and subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football so you don't miss daily Manchester United related content from me. Thank you for watching. I read and reply to most of my comments. See you next time.